So I want to ask you, how has Hydro, has been there for so many years, handled with the modern slavery that has been in Qatar, and how have you handled the pressure of knowing that you're in a country where the human rights is on a systematically level not being adhered to?
Yeah, as you say, we have been in Qatar for 50 years. Right now we are operating an aluminium smelter together in a joint venture with Qatar Petroleum. When we built it 10-15 years ago, we did a new economic and environmental study and realized that there was issues relating to the workforce. So in order to have a good working conditions, when we built the plant with 25,000 workers, we built a village and spent 700 million kroner to create for a good living conditions for the people that build the plant. Today, we use the same industrial standards, the same ethical standards as we have in Sunndalsøra, as we have in Qatalum. The same values that we have in Hydro is present in Qatalum. In terms of the well-being, and we have 47 different nationalities, and the focus from the very beginning was the well-being and safety of the people. And today's Qatalum stands out in the Hydro portfolio of 140 sites as one of the best in terms of safety. In terms of dialogue with the organization in Qatar, there's a law saying that you cannot have unions, but we have safety delegates, which we have constant dialogue with in terms of how is the plant operating, how is the engagement, what can we do more of. I have personally been on the board of Qatalum for 10 years, and I have influenced many times in the discussion of contractors, for example, in terms of where they are living and their living conditions, in terms of paying slightly more, in terms of having a good condition. And I have been to camps myself to see that these workers have a good condition to live. Well, how could they actually do the work at the plant, driving a truck with 960 degrees metal on the back, if they were hungry, if they didn't sleep at night? But when you are operating in a global environment, you have to decide where can you be and where can you not be. You have the choice. You can leave, or you can stay and influence. And I feel that we as Hydro, with also the relationship that we have with the joint venture partners, which is the minister of the oil and gas, or the gas, is owning the half of the plant. I met with them regularly, talked about the conditions in the plant. That he find it a little bit special that I every time go and see the people in the plant. And I'm telling him that because I want to influence, that this is the most important for me, that it's the people in the plant that is actually making the products. So I have always felt that by being there, we can influence. We cannot set the laws, but we can influence. And we have had regular relationship with ILO. We have talked about these things. So we would be happy to share our experience in terms of how we can operate in an environment. And particularly now, in Hydro, we have the diversity, inclusion and belonging as one of our top agendas these days, not only in Qatar, but throughout the world. And there are different issues in the US, in Brazil, even in Norway, where we want to have more female operators. So we set the agenda, and I believe that is worthwhile doing.